Here are my Springboks match reactions against the Barbarians for their first game of the 2026 season. Now, it was a bit of a weird game. It was good and bad. It was like I know, hot and cold in some areas, but that's what you expect from one of these games, especially if it's not your full team playing as well. I don't expect this team by any means to be the same team that plays against England in the upcoming game. I don't expect that at all. I just actually released a video of the Nations Championship squad, so if you do enjoy the content, hit subscribe and stick around and go check all the other content. There's going to be a lot more coming out. So let's get right into it, starting off with number 1, Oxenchair. I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Oxenchair. He had a good game without being great, but I fully expect to see the best from Oxenchair in those big games against the likes of an England, a Scotland, a Wales, the All Blacks tour. I fully expect to see the best there. And I think for guys like this in the front row, you are at your best when you're surrounded by the best as well. And I'm not saying the players he was surrounded by aren't the best, but can you imagine the difference of going from this to now scrumming next to Malcolm Marx and Thomas du Toit the next week? It's going to be a big difference, and I fully expect the whole front row to really be up for it and try get the dominance over England, because a lot of people seem to think that the England game is going to be an easy one. It's not. We all know what happened with England in their final game of the Six Nations. They really want to win this one, so it's going to be a good one, and all our players have to be up for it. Moving on to number 2, Andre Igufenta. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, he was good, also without being great, but I think he did the right things necessary to kind of get himself into the squad going forward for the Nations Championship. And I'm going for the same score for Carl Lusardi as well. I'm going for a 6.5 out of 10. He was good as well. He showed his power. He showed what he can do. And these guys that have been called up to the Springbok team for the Nations Championship fully deserve it. Andre Igufenta was really consistent, especially at line-out time and at set-piece for the Stormers, and that is key at this level, so he deserves to be there. Carl Lusardi's been awesome in the best club team in the world, Bordeaux, the most dominant club team in the world. Obviously they had a bad top 14, but when it comes to the Champions Cup, they were very deserved winners, and he was one of the key guys in that team, starting nearly every single game. Now moving on to Riley Norton at number 4, who has also just been selected for the Nations Championship squad. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. He was awesome. He was all over, and that's what you get from him, a kind of Ruan Nortje type of player or a Franco Moster type of player that really gets stuck in, and he's actually an underrated ball carrier as well. He's very athletic. He's a pro tier bowler as well. He's an all-round cricket player. He does very good things outside of rugby as well, and you can kind of see he is a good athlete. He has that explosive ability, but I do believe he doesn't need to be with the under-20s, and he's not going with the under-20s. He is staying with the big boys for the Springboks. So an 8 out of 10 for Riley Norton. A great performance from him. A great debut, but not his official debut yet. He doesn't get capped for it, so hopefully he can get a cap very soon. Now moving on to number 5, Franco Mostert. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. You always know what you're going to get with Franco Mostert. You're going to get a solid performance. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to do it extremely well. In basketball and some other kind of sports throughout the world, they call these role players. They play their role very well, and I think we need to start bringing that terminology into rugby, because Franco Mostert is a phenomenal role player. That doesn't mean they're not a superstar. That doesn't mean they are less value than the rest. The things they do are essential for the team to be successful, and guys like Franco Mostert show that every single time. Now moving on to number 6, Siya Kolisi. I've also gone for a 7 out of 10. I've seen a lot of comments that agree with my thought process on this. He looked really good on the field. He looked fresh. He looked ready to go. He looked excited. He looked full of energy, and I cannot wait to see how Siya Kolisi does throughout the rest of the season. I think he's going to have an absolutely awesome season this year, and he actually, every time he did play for the Sharks, not that much, that has to be said, he was awesome for them. He was absolutely incredible. So 7 out of 10 for him. And for Pieter-Steph du Toit, I'm also going to go for a 7. He's been battling an injury for a while. The last game he played was in December, and he rocked up, and he still just puts his body on the line as if he doesn't care about what happens afterwards. Pieter-Steph du Toit is the one guy, I've watched him live before, he always throws his body around, and I cannot wrap my head around how he gets into that mind space, because that is a special type of mind space to get into. So a 7 out of 10 for Pieter-Steph du Toit. Moving on to number 8, Jasper Wiese. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Jasper Wiese has been a special player for the Springboks. He is going to continue to be a special player for the Springboks, and I cannot wait for guys like a Cameron Hanekom and like a Evan Roos to learn from that kind of loose trio of Siya Kolisi, Pieter-Steph du Toit and Jasper Wiese, because they will learn so much. I know there's a lot of South African fans that don't like Evan Roos, but he's in the squad now. You have to support him, and he is going to learn a lot from these guys, and I think Evan Roos, being as big and massive as he is and as powerful he is, if he uses that in the right way, learning from these guys, he will be an extremely special player. Now moving on to Grant Williams, I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. I wasn't too impressed with Grant Williams, but he also has been battling injury. It was good for him to get some game time. Of course, for him, he had a good forward pack as well, but he didn't have the same guys outside of him. He didn't have a guy like Andre Pollard or a Mani Lebok or a Sasha Ngobazula outside of him. So for him, it was always going to be about learning throughout the game, letting it come to him. So he had a good game without being exceptional. His box kicks, once again, are still good, but I think he will take it to another level for that England game. Now moving on to Kieran Horn at number 10. Remember, for these ratings, I rate them against how they are. I don't rate Kieran Horn against Grant Williams. I rate them against their previous performances. And for Kieran Horn, I always, for the debut guys, I go nicer. I'm giving Kieran Horn a 7 out of 10. He looked good. He looked ready for that level. And I think he will get a lot more game time for the Springboks going forward. The coaches really do rate him. They rate him extremely highly. I mean, if you heard the press conferences, you'll hear just how highly Rusty and them speak about Kieran Horn. They think he is an extremely special talent. And I think so as well. I really do believe he's an extremely special talent. That being said, he still has a long way to go, but he's one of those guys. He's a clean rugby player. He plays the game the right way. He does the right things at the right time. So I'm bullish on him. I think he's going to go very far in international rugby as well. So a 7 out of 10 for him. Moving on to number 11, Edward van der Merwe. I'm going for a 9 out of 10. I mean, Edward van der Merwe, every single time he puts on a Springbok jersey, he becomes a machine. He's very good for the Sharks. He's awesome for the Sharks. Unfortunately, I do support the Sharks. Unfortunately, it's been years of heartbreak. But still, we have players like Edward van der Merwe. So sometimes I actually do feel happy as a Sharks fan. And as a Sharks fan, I feel very happy to see that he is getting the recognition he deserves, because he is a special player. And it's very difficult for a guy like him, I can imagine, because you have Curtly Orange, who's now a Springbok legend, still there. You have Kanan Moody, that's now come onto the scene as well. You have Cheslin Kolbe, who is probably the top 2 best winger of all time, if not the best winger of all time for the Springboks, tied or better than Brian Abana or tied with him. So he's in a difficult spot with regards to where he is, but he's not taking a step back and saying, I'm going to let those guys just play. He is actually slamming the door down and saying, no, you can't drop me from this team. I'm the guy that needs to be here. And I don't know if they are going to play him against England. If I was the coaches right now, after the way he's been playing, I probably would. Honestly, I probably would. So a 9 out of 10 for him. Great performance from Edward van der Merwe. Incredible pace, and incredible try-scoring ability. Moving on to number 12, Andre Esterhuizen. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Bulldozing through once again. I mean, for Andre Esterhuizen, he has been in the form of his life recently. And I think that's the story from yesterday. There were players that played well. Yes, the Springboks scored 80 points. But as a team, it wasn't gelling as much as fans would have liked, as much as we all would have liked to see. It just wasn't gelling as good as we would have liked to see. But that being said, honestly, a great performance from Andre Esterhuizen. And when all the guys do come back in, it's going to be a completely different performance. It's going to be a completely different game for the Springboks. Jesse Kriel, I've gone for 6.5 out of 10. Jesse Kriel is one of those players, I always want him in the team. He's one of those guys I feel like he has to play every time, because he's such a crucial player. He's almost like a Franco Mostert for the backline, where he's not going to do the most exciting things in the world, but he's going to play his role so well that he is one of the most important players in the team. If you spoke to any of these guys, they will tell you just how important guys like a Franco Mostert, guys like a Jesse Kriel are, because they are very, very important players that link the team together and bring that cohesion as well, and that experience in key moments. I mean, Franco Mostert's done some incredible things. Jesse Kriel, that grubber in the quarterfinal against France, he's done some incredible things as well. Oftentimes he's been the person to give the last pass as well and put guys away, but we always think about the guy that scores the try as well. So 6.5 for him. I fully expect him to get to a 7.5 and 8 for that England game. Moving on to number 14, Cheslin Kolbe. I've gone for a 7.5 out of 10 because I am rating Cheslin Kolbe against Cheslin Kolbe, and he is the most special player in this team when it comes to talent. He was a mixed bag. He was good and he was bad, but he was more good than he was bad. His kicking was absolutely awesome to see. It was exceptional. We now know that we have that guy that has that ability to kick. He was the top point scorer in the Japan League 1 this year as well. That doesn't just happen because you kick a lot. No, he kicked very accurately as well. So I've gone for a 7.5. I fully expect him with regards to open play, in regards to that stuff, to be a bit better. He did get bulldozed a bit, and we can't really blame his size anymore and say it's because he's small. He dominates people all the time. He shouldn't be getting dominated like that. So I fully expect them to take it up, crank it up to a higher level for the England game going forward. Now moving on to Apalele Fasi, I've also gone for a 6.5 out of 10. You can just see he hasn't had the most amount of game time. You can just see it, and that's why I think it was very important that he did get game time in this game, because Damian Willemse, yes, he was available. Mani Lebok was available as well for this game, but Mani Lebok's been playing a lot. Damian Willemse as well, he's been playing a lot. I mean, you saw how he was after the game a few weeks ago. He was heartbroken. I think he just needed a week or a week and a half to just have a break, because he's going to come back now emotionally ready, emotionally recharged, in the best kind of headspace as well, and the best physical mindset and physical ability as well, ready for that England game, because I fully expect Damian Willemse to be at number 15 for that England game. Now, looking at the bench, for JJ Kotze, I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. So happy to see him there. He's also good at line-out time. Didn't really see that much of him throughout the game, but still, he was good when he was on the field. He wasn't bad at all. Totoko Mchunu, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. This guy is special. And Totoko Mchunu is going to be special for the Springboks this year. The way he dominates people, how explosive he is, he runs like a backline player. And he used to play loose forward. When he was a matric playing for Maritzburg College, I played against him. Unfortunately, I had to try tackle him. And he was a loose forward. And he still runs the same way. So this guy's going to be special. I cannot wait to see how Totoko Mchunu does throughout the season. Because first of all, great guy. Awesome in the team environment. One of the best people you can have in a team environment. Second of all, he deserves it for his form. He's been absolutely awesome this year. Number 18, Zachary Porton. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Didn't see that much of him, but what he does is he does the right things at the right times, and he plays the game the right way. I just said this right now in the Nations Championship squad, the kind of squad reaction and release. Zachary Porton's got a bright future, and he's honestly not spoken about enough. He was the under-20 captain a few years ago. He's a leader. You can just see he wants to learn from the guys around him. And I think guys like him and Mchunu, being surrounded by guys like Ox, Volkulo, and guys like Thomas Dutoy, Carlos Sardi as well, is going to learn from all these guys. They're going to learn so much, and they're going to gain so much valuable experience as well. So I cannot wait for that. Number 19, Ben Jason Dixon. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I mean, didn't really get an opportunity to do that many special things, but I think he will get more opportunity throughout the year, 100%. Moving on to Paul de Villiers as well. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. Also, didn't get the chance to make that much impact throughout the game. He really didn't get the opportunity to make the most kind of touches, the most amount of impact. But they know what they want from him. They know what they have in him. And they've picked him and Ben Jason Dixon and Zachary Porton as well for the Nations Championship squad for a reason, because they know what they can do at that level and they believe in those players. I think Paul de Villiers is going to feature a lot. I really do. Is he the same player as Cameron Hanekom and Evan Roos? No, he's a completely different style of player. But I think sometimes bringing in guys that play completely different styles of rugby together brings out the best. Sia Khaleesi plays number 6, but he's not a fetching number 6. He is one of the best ball-carrying number 6s we have. Bringing a guy like Paul de Villiers, probably one of the best ball fetching 6s in the world. So different kind of styles really do make a much better team. So I'm happy to see Paul de Villiers here as well. Evan Roos, number 21. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. I am honestly high on Evan Roos. I think he is going to do really well this year for the Springboks. He is the one guy. I cannot wait for him to be surrounded by those guys. I cannot wait for him to be surrounded by those guys, because he's going to learn so much. He is a man mountain. Have you seen him next to those guys? He's bigger than some of the Springbok players that are currently the big guys as well. He is massive. He is explosive. He has that physical ability to dominate anyone. He is extremely fast as well. He runs like a center. He just needs to learn from those guys, and I think he's going to do absolutely awesome when he does. Number 22, Faf de Klerk. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Good little cameo off the bench. Was good to see him score a try as well. He's not included in the Nations Championship squad, but I think with Faf, the coaches know what they have in him. They know if an injury comes, he will be the guy to be there. He probably might go to the World Cup, or he might be the guy to back up for the World Cup. He is playing for the Cheetahs now. I think that's kind of a family thing. They want to just be in South Africa. And I think that also does help his chances of being closer to the team. It's weird because Faf de Klerk's the type of player that I would see him only playing for the Springboks throughout the year without even having a club. But that being said, he needs to earn his way back into the team. He had a good little cameo, but still, that being said, I don't think he is the guy to take the Springboks forward right now. Moving on to number 23, last but not least, Vusi Moyo. I'm going for a 7.5 out of 10. A little cameo off the bench for him, but what he showed is exactly what I was expecting from him. He's calm. He's fluid with everything he does. I think that's the right way to describe it. He's fluid with everything he does. Everything he does just looks right. It works out right, and he plays the game the right way, and he is ready for this level. He has just been called up to the Nations Championship squad as a Springbok fly half. That is a massive deal. That is a big deal. I mean, I can't even describe how much of a big deal it is that a guy that's only 20, not even 20 right now, is probably going to be the Springbok fly half. The last time we saw this was Sasha. The last time we saw that before was Andre Pollard. So really happy for him. Really happy to see that. 7.5 for him because it was his debut for the Springboks. He's only been playing under 20 and he's only played URC level once. And he had a phenomenal performance that game. I knew he was ready for this level since then. So Good little cameo from him. Let me know what you think down below. What player ratings would you give these players? Of course, going forward, there's going to be team predictions, player ratings, match previews, team selection reactions, match reactions as well. There's going to be everything going forward. So if you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and stick around, because there's going to be a lot more coming out, and I cannot wait.